about to experience.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, wait a minute. The words. Right. Say the words.
Well, once you've made love to Bruce Campbell, Wayne, we'll go back.
Let's grab a hardball. This is my boomstick.
Even the great Hercules is no match.
Latu, Aranda.
Hail to the king, baby.
It's a racing team. Oh,
First of all, kid, Mr. Campbell makes soup. My name's Bruce. I prefer Mr. President. Or Elvis, I keep telling you that.
I'm bad. And you're good at it.
Name's Ash. Housewares. Swallow this.
I'm not sitting on that. It looks too nice. This Q&A session is not my problem. Good night, everybody.
Bruce Campbell has left the building.
Let's see which section has the lamest questions. Go ahead and start. Somebody raise your hand, though, that helps.
We have a microphone for everybody.
Yeah, microphone slows things down.
Okay.
And there's no guarantee of it being a decent question. Raise your hand, I'll pick you. Yeah, right over here. Yeah, no, Doc. Everyone looks behind them.
What's with the love of buttery Chardonnay?
What's with the love of buttery Chardonnay? What are you referring to, sir? What obscure reference are you making?
Occasionally you may call it out in a film or a TV show.
I think I may have liked buttery Chardonnays at one point. But I don't really anymore. Tastes changed. Do you like buttery Chardonnay, sir?
No, sir, it's not.
What, do you enjoy any adult beverages? What do you enjoy?
A nice Guinness.
A nice Guinness. Yeah, the homeless people are the healthiest. It's true, they get the most nutrition. They find them in an alley, roll them over, he's okay, he can give you Guinness. So good luck to you with that, sir. Yes, right over here in this section.
What is your favorite souvenir or something you've taken home from the movies?
My favorite souvenir. I'm not that sentimental though, ma'am. My brother has a shotgun from Evil Dead. Not because he gives a shit about movies, he just likes guns. I have weird stuff from Sundown, A Vampire in Retreat. Yeah, nice try. Nice try. That film wasn't released at Escape. I have Van Helsing's holy water dripper thing. It's like a cologne bottle. It was very ornate, and I was like, I'm gonna just steal it. Interestingly, from Evil Dead 2, we used Polaroids back in those days, which are technically a original photographs, each one of them is its own negative. Those disappeared the last 2 weeks of filming Evil Dead 2. We had a ring of these, hundreds of them. So, if any one of you sons of bitches shows up with a Polaroid or Evil Dead 2, you better run. So some of the coolest things disappear, usually the last 2 weeks of filming. Let's try this section, yes.
So we all heard the chainsaw in the trailer.
You all heard the chainsaw in what trailer, sir?
What's going on with Mortal Kombat?
Mortal Kombat. Hey, you heard it. I didn't. Ash is not to be toyed with. We teased him a little bit recently, but he's going to get his own game that'll be out in about a year. So the Evil Dead game, voiced by Ash, by me, the real thing is coming. So don't get around with Mortal Kombat, blah, blah, blah. Yes.
Yeah. So, how was it work with the Macho Man, Randy Savage?
How was it to work with Macho Man Randy Savage? First, give me an idea of what you think it would be like. Like, what do you think he's like? Just as a guy, not when he's on. What's he like?
Funny.
He's a scary mother scratcher, isn't he?
Oh yeah. With the beer right there, the muscle, right there. They say, "Ooh yeah, I'm gonna kick your butt."
Yeah, that's basically him. We shared a trailer during Spider-Man.
Okay.
We were in the same thing together. And his girlfriend came to visit.
Oh. Bad idea,
So the trailer walls are very thin. And the springs are very weak. So here's me working with Macho Man and Randy Savage. Jesus Christ, man, give it a rest.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
So that's what it's like.
Okay.
He was a horny little bastard.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's dead now, so.
Yes, he's dead, thank you. Yes.
So.
Why do you think I told the story?
Okay.
Tell that all in the life. Hey, Bruce, you tell stories. Bones on red.
But his brother's still alive. His brother kicked your ass.
Let's return to our program. Yes.
What was your favorite role in the Spider-Man trilogy?
The favorite role in the Spider-Man trilogy. We could do a quick review if you'd like. The first one, they want me to introduce him as the human spider, which I think sucks. So, because I introduce him as the Amazing Spider-Man, in the first Spider-Man, I named Spider-Man. Okay, well, let's see now. Second Spider-Man, I played the snooty usher, what some people would consider a cameo, as though it were insignificant. But in this case, Peter Parker wants to see his girlfriend Mary Jane in a play on Broadway for the first time. But he's late coming to the show. I won't let him in because it'll ruin the illusion.
True.
Technically, sir, I'm the only character who's ever defeated Spider-Man. Spider-Man 3, French Maître D. Spider-Man comes to me, a mortal, for help. How often do superheroes come to mortals for help? About marriage and very personal things. Never, sir. The seventh of never is when they do that. Did I help him out? Not really, because he was kind of a D-bag to me in the first two movies. I like Tobey Maguire. The first movie, oh, hi, you're a friend of Sam's. Oh, okay, cool, whatever. The second movie, why are you back? I'm like, what do you care, man? Take the check. Spider-Man 3 is like, oh, I get it. We can't make the Spider-Man movie without Bruce Campbell. I said, Toby, you're starting to get with the program. I hope that's a satisfactory Yeah, Sam would throw lines out just before we would film. Just about to kiss Sheila in Army of Darkness. She slaps me in the stables and goes running away, and I grab her, throw her hair down, and grab her. I'm just going to kiss her, right? We can't find Sam anywhere. Where's Sam? We're ready to go. He's giggling over in the corner. We're like, hey, we're ready to go. He comes over and he goes, I know what you're going to say. I'm like, I don't say anything. I just kiss her. He goes, no. Whenever it gets really nerdy like that, I know to be very afraid. He goes, you're going to say, give me some sugar, baby. I said, that's the stupidest line I've ever heard. He goes, you're going to say it. You say that line, I'm a director. I outrate you. He pulled that rank shit all the time. As a director, you can't. No. I'm the director.
Oh boy.
Thank you, Frankenstein's bride. Yes, right here.
I was reading in just...
Some people stand up.
Oh, I
So they can be identified.
I was reading in If Chins Could Kill You started...
You were reading If Chins Could Kill.
that you started acting in local theater.
I started acting in local theater.
Would you consider getting back on stage and doing theater?
Would I consider getting back on stage and doing theater? They don't pay shit in theater. And you can't call cut if something screws up. You gotta keep going. Last play I did was called Shane in Xenia, Ohio. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, you saw it. You're the one. Yeah. That's the last time I did theater. That was a pain in the ass. It was hot as hell. How many? 20 years ago. You're getting old, man. Where are we going with that? Did we wrap that up? Got it. Yes, right here.
If Cars 4 happens, are you down for playing another car?
If what happens?
Cars 4.
Cars 4. I didn't know there was a Cars 3.
You had died in Cars 2.
Rod Beglin is dead, man. Dead. He threw a fist at me. Yes.
What do you know?
What do I think of the what? The Oldsmobile from The Evil Dead. Sam Raimi's personal car. Delta 88, 1973. Yeah. Piece of shit. But the real question really is, what happened in that car? What happened in that car? He's got to put that car now in every single movie he's ever made. And he's made Westerns. Where is it in Quick and the Dead? He had it stripped down to a chassis and built a wagon, a covered wagon over the top of it. What happened in that car? It was the first of many things I think happened in that car. So I've been trying to kill it for decades. He will never tell me where it is. It's currently somewhere in Michigan in an undisclosed location with Dick Cheney. So that's that car. Stupid car. We drove around in high school in that car. He put it on a shipping container for Ash vs. Evil Dead to go to the southern hemisphere.
Damn.
Can't find any other piece of shit in the other hemisphere? No, it's gotta be the classic. He calls it the classic. No, it has to be the classic. You can ask him about it someday. His fetish with the 73 Chevy. Okay, you weren't asking a question, you were itching yourself. Very good.
I heard you have a little drainage you need every morning, you know, you gotta drain the thing.
You heard I have a drainage?
Yeah,
every
drainage,
morning?
you know, kind of drainage issue.
Sir, you're confusing me with my character, and you're a sick man.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, that, yes.
Would you ever be interested in playing Brisco County Jr.?
Interested in playing Brisco again. Sort of what if. It's, you know, it was only 25 years ago that that show was one season, so yeah, we've been knocking on the old door. Hey, man.
But it's great, and I think people are rediscovering it with
People are rediscovering it.
on DVD and
Good.
everything.
Yeah, rediscovering it, I guess, is better than never discovering it. Do you know when people hear, they watch the show now, they go, I didn't know you guys used the Olympics theme song for your show? I'm like, no, dude. The Olympics stole our theme song. You watch. It's the NBC Olympics, for God's sake. It's just wrong on so many levels. Yes, in the back.
What's your favorite episode of Jack of All Trades, the film?
My favorite episode of Jack of All Trades, the film. When you say favorites, it's very dangerous. We don't usually have fun when we work. That's kind of a shock to you, I know, because you think actors are carried around on pillows. In between being serviced by concubines, you know? It doesn't really work like that. Normally we show up, we do work 12, 14-hour day, and, you know, sometimes we have a good time, most of the time we don't. Because these things are very difficult. Try to put your head up a cadaver's ass for a week. That was my favorite episode. Someone was like, what was that like? Like, what do you think it was like? Basically, it was like doing the real thing. Yes?
Do you currently have a favorite TV show or new film that has come out? That
TV show, you'll have a favorite TV show. I'm starting Chernobyl. Because apparently it's like ridiculously amazing. You know, television, my first television was Knots Landing in 1987.
God.
In 1987, old alcoholic actors went to television. And actors who had never had a job ever before went to television. That's who was on television during the Knots Landing era. Photography was the crappiest you've ever seen. 3 shadows on everyone's face. It's hard to do that. It's hard to light someone that poorly. But they figured it out. And then 30 years later, television is the only place to be. It's the best stuff, the best footage, best photography, best actors. You know, 10 years ago, actors wouldn't touch television still. I like television. People watch television. People watch a lot more television than movies. That's for sure. Yes. Yeah. A dream role, that's dangerous too, because then you're in a what-if world. I try to live in this world. The what-if world just gets you depressed. Why isn't Martin Scorsese calling me? Let me say a little something about The Irishman. He was ragging on the Marvel movies, right? Martin Scorsese, one of our greatest filmmakers. So when he says stuff like that, it hurts. Because not like those movies are easy to make. And it's not like The Irishman doesn't have digital effects out the ass. Watch the movie. They have more digital effects than any Marvel movie, I can tell you right now. You get Robert De Niro to go from 9 to 180. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of digital work. So he's kind of full of crap in that respect.
Oh.
Every movie is just as fake as the other one. Nothing is real. Guess what? You're doing a real story about Aaron Brockovich? That's not even what Aaron Brockovich looks like. It's not a real story, even though they say it's a real story. So nobody gets to play, I'm a filmmaker, you make silly Marvel movies. No, they're all bullshit. Every single bit of every movie is bullshit. It's just good bullshit, loud bullshit, boring bullshit. It's all as fake as you can get. It's a series of still images. It's not a single motion. The actors don't even make up the dialogue half the time. The dialogue isn't coming from their mouth, it's coming from speakers. And by the way, in movies and television, where does the music come from? What is that all about? Where does it come from? So don't tell me movies are real. In real life, I don't hear a score. So let's not kid ourselves, Wally. Yes.
Did you enjoy playing Elvis?
I enjoyed playing Elvis. I did. What American male would not like to play Elvis with cancer on his penis at 68? It's a key question, because I read it, I thought it was a very delightful, weird, slightly touching script. Bubba Hotep, that's right. So he has cancer on his penis, right? So Don Coscarelli, we talked about doing this movie. I like Don, you know, he did fantastic movies, same history. We're sort of peers in that respect, so I'm like, yeah, this is really interesting, Don Coscarelli. But I said, Don, are you gonna see it? He goes, the penis? I go, yeah. Are you gonna see it? Because you can't take that back. It puts you into a world that you might not want to go. He goes, no, we're not going to see it. I'm like, then I'm in. Because then you're really not making, now you're getting weirder. Unless there's a really good reason to show a cancer-infested penis of a 68-year-old man. Off the top of my head, I can't think of any really good reason. Even in a dramatic sense, yes.
Yes, what's next for Bruce Campbell?
What's next? I have to disappear from touring for a while in order to do stuff. Because what happens is, if you keep doing this, you don't do anything. So, yeah, I've written a bunch of stuff. Now it's time to go do some stuff. So I'll see you 10 years from now. But we'll do stuff, because that's the trick. You have to go do new stuff. Yeah. Any older
Creature or monster that influenced you growing up?
monster that influenced me? I didn't like monster movies. They were scary. I saw The Beast with Five Fingers. It was a black and white movie, just this hand crawling around. That was enough. No way. No way. That's scary. I like listening to the Carpenters. I need music that makes me feel like everything's okay. I have lavender on my property in Oregon. I'm not who you think I am. Yes?
Ash vs. the Evil Dead.
Ash vs. Evil Dead. Thank you for not saying Stan versus Evil.
I was wondering, the third season, or at the end of the second season...
The third, end of the second, are we analyzing the show that's been canceled?
He canceled?
If there was any other direction that the third season was maybe going to go, if you were part of any other story ideas or anything, and if you had a favorite out of those, awesome.
I'm just glad how we wrapped it up. Because here's the truth. We knew by the end of the second season that our ratings were such that no one knew what Stars was or how to get it. I'm telling you the absolute truth. Bruce, what are you up to? Man, I've been working on Stars for 2 years. What's that? You can download the app. You can try that, yeah. When it dropped on Netflix, people thought, oh my God, what a great new show on Netflix! We were the #1 pirated show. Thank you. Thank you, Millennium. Who asked that stupid question? Okay, so we're back to analyzing storylines. No. So look, we knew that we were in trouble. Because Stars was in trouble. And we thought, you know, some shows get canceled in the middle of the season, and you never get to wrap it up. It's unfair for the cast members, the writers, the fans too, because the fans will blame it on us. Why'd you guys stop? They didn't stop. They canceled in the off season. Oh, you guys took the show. That's what you did. Yes, that's what I did. I understand the power that we don't have. So we thought, okay, season 3. We think this show's going down the shitter. So let's go big. Let's wreck the town.
Yeah.
Let's burn it down. And Ash is going to the future with a hot robot chick. chick to fight people in the future, so he's defeated in the past and the present and the future. He's fulfilled his legacy. The only thing that would happen with season 4 is he'd get all the way through, fight the badass Mother Scratcher, and die passing the mantle on to like some hot chick. That's all that would happen. Because he's fulfilled his prophecy, technically. So you're welcome. And so people were still, they're not happy with that. They might have done more seasons, one more movie. But, you know, television was the only place we could do unrated. That is an unrated, you got 15 hours of unrated television. No other show is going to let you put your hero up and down his butt with his dingleberry sticking right in your face. You know, Prince Albert piercing through it, I might add. Try that in basic cable.
It will last.
Yes. Yes, sir. You're the only one holding up your chainsaw.
Is there anything else that you can tell us about the Evil Dead video game that's coming out?
Anything I can tell you about the Evil Dead video game? It's PC based, which I think most people are happy about. So that's the extent of it, sir. Here's the thing: they keep kicking these games down the road because they're about to launch, and then somebody does some crazy stuff. And then I go, and they have to go back and sometimes retool the game to be current. Platforms, I've done in Shark Boy, it was a game I did the entire game, days, weeks and weeks of voiceover. By the time we were done, the platform had been completely outmoded. Never saw the light of day. I'm like, wow, that was fast. So it's gonna happen. Yes?
What is your favorite buffet food item?
My favorite buffet food item. The only problem with buffets is I very often I'll go into a buffet, get my tray, go and eat and leave without paying. My whole life is an actor during lunch. Load up the buffet and then you leave. Buffet item? They're all kind of gross, aren't they? Most, like hometown buffet.
Slap.
It's a bit much. What's yours, sir? I'm sorry, I don't want to rain in your buffet parade. Like, are you going to go to one later tonight?
Horrible, but sometimes you gotta eat.
Sometimes you gotta eat. Yeah, but you don't gotta eat that. What is your favorite buffet item?
Usually they have crawfish.
Crawfish.
Oh.
I bet it's really fresh and oil-free. Yeah. You know that oil's gone now. Yeah, just that salt water just bubbles it away. Thank you for your question. Yes, over here.
You said it was like hard work, because you have to act, you have to do all these things, and it's a job. It's really hard work. But I was curious if you have memories of a really fun time you had in a role that you did, like just.
Well, the fun is now. Honestly, the fun is now. Because it is work. We show up and look, I'm a jackass, and I'm a really smart-ass guy, and I make a lot of silly comments, but I do take my work really seriously. Most of the time on a film set, I am not crapping around, because we're doing very complicated stuff. It's like a dance. So now is when you have the fun with it. I've been touring with Army of Darkness, and there's really nothing more fun than going out and bullshitting with an audience, showing the movie, and then telling them all the ridiculous stories about the movie that they just saw. And so that's my reward, is later. Because when you make a movie, you have to get most of it out of the set. Like working with Sam Raimi, it doesn't matter how difficult it is. I'll do it with him any day of the week, because he's basically one of the top directors in the business, and basically the top director I've ever worked with. So guys like that, I'll show up in a second, because it makes the experience special. And look, you know what you're doing as an actor. You know when your day of shooting, you go, well, that was a stinker. You know, you work on some shows and you stand around like this, blah, 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 blah. They shoot your face. They shoot close-ups of people all day long, and nothing happens. Work on a Sam Raimi movie, man, every cylinder is firing because he's coming at you 87 different ways. And that's what's challenging. Challenging is good, ultimately. Because then when it's done, 30 years later, you can go, man, I'm glad we did that, even though it sucked hard ass when you were doing it. Yes? We'll get there, yeah. Go for it, go for it, go for it.
I'm so sorry. What did you think of, or whatever happened to the original Evil Dead of the remaking with that crossover allegedly?
Whatever happened to the Evil Dead crossover remake?
Yeah. Like the.
Nothing happened. There was talk of it bringing old Ash in again, you know, hooking him up with Mia, so that we'd have the young badass and the old geezer, you know, giving her tips. But that's all right. We're going to make a new Evil Dead movie, though. We're producing a new one. I think there's still plenty of stories to be told about heroes who are unqualified. So we have Sam Raimi's handpicked a new writer-director to create a thing. He's done a new story that we're going to get involved in and shoot it and hopefully scare your little brains off. Yes?
Do you have any stories about working with Lee Majors?
Lee Majors is spectacular. Lee Majors played my dad on Ash vs. Evil Dead. And if you got to talk about mechanical hands, you might as well talk about it with Lee Majors. And he's awesome. Lee is very special because he's done 3 television shows that were over 100 episodes. I did 1, that was Burn Notice. We did 111 episodes. That's 7 years of my life I'm never going to get back. And Lee did that 2 more times in the era when he'd sleep at the studio. Because he's up in the morning. Come on, Lee, let's go. He learned from the great Barbara Stanwyck, who is one of my favorite old-time actresses. She's spectacular as an actress. So she was his boss, and she's like, you shut up, you keep your mouth shut, you hit your marks, you say your lines, you're gonna come working before I get there, and you're gonna be there after I'm gone, because you're new. You know, and that's it. He's like, okay, yeah, let's do that. He was better than his own stunt guy. So he'd watch the stunt guy do it, and he'd go, hey, look, Barney, look, it's all right, I'll just do it, man, it's okay. And he'd make sure the stunt guy always got paid. He's a very classy guy, but he beat the crap out of himself as a result. You know, halfway through Fall Guy, his last go-around, he said he was like near Idlewild, California, on one of those trams that goes up the hillside. He's lashed on one of those. It finally dawned on him. He goes, what the hell am I doing up here? It probably hit him one day. Like, this is ridiculous. His agent chased him into his little house near the dam in Las Vegas. He wouldn't talk to him. A van pulled him. Guys in suits pulled up. He wouldn't leave him, let him get out of the van. They wanted to have him do more of the Fall Guy. He's like, don't even get out of the van, man. Don't keep going. Keep turning around. See it? He's a real guy. He's great. He's awesome. The great Lee Majors. Yes?
What is your favorite suit that you own?
My favorite suit that I own? There is no favorites. There's no favorites. This could get wrecked by paint pen later today. You never know. But, you know, this wouldn't be a great loss. Just don't let it match anywhere near this thing. Okay, what are we doing here? Good? We'll do like 3 more insightful questions. We'll let you get on with your lives. Yeah. Do I write or ad-lib any of my own lines? Depends on what the dealio is. Sometimes you're not allowed to, because the writer has what they call a Patty Chayefsky clause. He wrote Network. He wrote Maudie, classic motion pictures. He was one of the first writers to put in their contract, actors don't get to change my words. You got to be a good writer to pull that crap off. Because it's not like actors are completely stupid idiots. They're in the moment. They will sometimes have an instinct to say something that makes a lot of sense. Or put a little button on Burn Notice. I added little buttons at the end of the scenes that I felt needed little buttons. We had a bad guy show up and lecture us for like half an hour. And he turns and walks off. We didn't get to say anything back to the guy. I go, okay, it's official. The guy's a dick. So they looked at it. You know, I mean, I don't want to change the plot or anything because that's too complicated. But sometimes it's helpful to change them. Like Steve McQueen and Paul Newman were in Towering Inferno. Steve McQueen is playing like a fireman, and he's spewing all this technical crap. And Steve McQueen's not that guy. He goes to the writers and he goes, guys, I'm a fireman. Give me the simplest shit, the simplest way I can say this. This valve does what? I turn this valve and what happens? And so they had to figure it out because he had to understand it for himself. I did Congo, which was covered by the Patty Chayefsky clause. John Patrick Shanley, a very well-known Broadway writer, who for some reason decided to adapt a movie called Congo, which, don't get all artsy-fartsy on me, buddy, because you're already adapting it from a Michael Crichton book. They're not your precious Broadway words. So I do a broadcast. My girlfriend in the movie is Laura Linney. I do a broadcast with her. Hey, blah, 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 cut. Script supervisor comes up with the script in her hand. Oh, Bruce. You added a and a well and a I started laughing. I thought she was joking. I went, get out of town. Did I really? She goes, you need to stick to the script. I said, great. Let's do another take. Okay, so now, here's how to screw up an actor's performance. Tell them it's not about performing anymore, it's about getting the words exactly right. So here's me, second take. Okay, yes, hi. We went to the place to get to the thing and make sure that we were there on time with that thing for the guy. Congratulations, John Patrick Shanley. You just screwed up a performance. You just screwed it up. So, I won't put myself in a position like that ever again. Because we are part of the process, regardless of what any fancy pants writer, director, producer wants to think. We're part of it, deal with it. Don't have anything. Don't put me in. Get some shit. So every situation is different. Some writers encourage it. I worked on some stuff that's really great. They do a take, and the writers will come running in, and they throw all their shit at you. That's good. And you go, oh, wow, cool. You do another take, you're really excited because it's all new, and then third take, they come back in, they keep throwing new shit at you. It's great. I love working like that because none of it's stale. And then they pick the best ones. These guys who get so stuck on their words, they're missing the whole thing. They're missing the forest for the trees. Yes?
What do you feel people's biggest misconception about you is?
Biggest misconception of me? Oh, you know, occasionally you'll get someone who comes up and goes, here's some poetry you'll really like.
Okay.
Thank you. Thanks. Check that out.
Yeah.
Oh my God! So they thought I would like that. They thought I would like ghastly mutilation, stories of death and agony and moroseness.
Oh no.
Because that's the movies that I'm in. They should have given me a disc of the Carpenters.
There he is.
The Carpenters were good because I finally listened to them in the early 70s when my dad bought a new stereo system that if you tuned it right, the red light would go on. And you could blow into the headphones and puff them up so they would fit perfectly only to your head. And so I tuned in the Carpenters, and it was angels singing to me.
Oh.
And then she died. Okay, that's all right. It's all right. A little levity to lighten the load of a long and lonely life. Yes, almost done. Yes. Why did you dress as Ash, by the way? Ash Shedder.
I think that's the only hero worth dressing as.
The only hero worth dressing as.
I stand by that because he's the average Joe and
He's a flawed hero.
he doesn't try to be somebody he's not.
No, he brags a lot, but he doesn't try and be Gorgon from Zordon. He's from Michigan. Now, what's with all the, Ash does have torn stuff, but whenever I see the ladies me and Ash, there's a lot more torn shit on these clothes.
Oh yeah, I see that.
I had nothing to do with any of that. I'm not discouraging it in any way either. And I see a lot of these photo shoots of these chicks, like, in the woods, doing, you know, like sexy ass poses covered in blood. I'm like, is there a deal being made? What's happening? Anyway, sorry, what was your question?
When the idea of National Evil Dead first came about, did you have any reservations, like how the new generation horror fans like me, how we would have felt about it, or because you haven't played the role so long?
Well, when you make a movie, you never know what's going to happen. We didn't know that people would laugh at the first Evil Dead. To us, it was a melodrama. We had to go out and bury Shelley. You can't bury Shelley, she's a friend of ours. Like, I can't say that line now. So you don't know. We thought we were making a serious horror movie.
It's a comedy.
Just happens that way. And you never know if it's going to succeed in future generations. Fortunately, people are accepting of Ash being the doofus hero. That I think when the dads in the audience watch that, they go, yeah, I can totally do that too. And I think that's why they pass it along to their sons. Because they go, see son, there's someone just like your father. A goofy, womanizing, loser, cheater joke, moron. Who was doing mescaline in like season 2? That was my favorite. Smoking mescaline, like doing circles after Pablo died. Yeah, it's, you want to play that part. That's the part you want to play.
The twins.
Not Batman. This car. Just dig the car. What do you say to Val Kilmer after he does that? Great, Val. Nailed it. He's the weirdest Batman. None of them could piss in that suit. You want that part?
No.
If you got a big ass bladder. All right, let's do one last amazing question that will solve all of the world's problems.
Okay, then Army of Darkness, there's that sequence where you're constantly fighting skeletons.
Army of Darkness, constantly fighting skeletons. The reason why we got an NC-17, that we're talking skeletons. You realize we got an NC-17 for Army of Darkness and we had to fight?
No.
Same year, Goodfellas comes out. Opening scene, Goodfellas. What time was that?
Look at that.
Car pulls over, Joe Pesci gets out, opens the trunk. There's a guy who's been horribly maimed. He's tied against his will. He can't do anything to defend himself. Joe Pesci takes a knife. You fucking guy, started stabbing him. He's a fucking guy in LA. You fucking guy swearing at him while he's killing him. That's an R rating. Fuck you, ratings board. That's because Marty Scorsese does real movies. So, we asked the ratings board, hey, what should be cut? It's the cumulative effect.
What's that?
What a crockery answer. You gotta tell us. So I think we ended up 4 exploding skeletons. They're like, that's a lot less scary now. Welcome to show business. Yes. So sorry.
The question was, there's that sequence where you're finding them and you're coming up with new ways to take them out, and they just keep chucking them at you. Was that as exhausting for you as it was for me to watch?
Wait, which sequence?
Back before, you're fighting them, and they just keep coming, and you're finding new ways to take them out.
You talking about the end sequence of that movie or what?
I think it was kind of in the middle. It was like they were just
All the tiny ashes you're talking about? No.
finding skeletons.
The entire movie was exhausting, man. Let's just make a blanket statement there. Yeah, that was a great movie to be in the rearview mirror. that's easy to make is hard to watch.
That's true.
Yeah, think about that. So before we go, thank you all for showing up because I guess they moved this from Orlando. All the chain restaurants in the world are in Orlando. Every single one. Take a rock. That's right. Thank you for coming to Tampa. Thank you for putting my children through college that they later dropped out of. Thank you for your support. You guys have been hanging around for a hell of a long time, and I do appreciate that. Have a great afternoon. I'll see some of you later.